I've been here ever since we came to America back in the 1700s. And I know all the legends of these hills. And I know all the scary stories. One of the scary stories about this little girl. Huh? I don't have hands.
He's talking about the hay though.
Oh, the hay? That's so you won't hit me.
I can go
But
around
anyway, what happened was, there was this little girl. And she was, her and her brothers and sisters was out playing one day over at their grandparents' house. Well, the grandfather had no mule, and his name was Emma. And there was about 5 of those little kids. They decided they wanted to ride Emma because he was out in the field. He was grazing. Oh, it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. The grass was just coming green. Emma was out there grazing and everything. And all of a sudden, they had the bright idea they were going to ride him. So they put him over to a fence. And one by one, they started putting the kids up on there on that mule. And the little girl that I knew, she was in the front. And her sister was behind her. And then her brother was behind her. And her 2 other sisters were behind them. Well, they were out there, and that old mule Emmer, he was just a grazing, and he was walking around. He was eating that grass and everything. And then all of a sudden, the grandfather saw him, and the grandmother saw him out the window. And they knew, oh. They said, well, what are we going to do now? So the grandfather came out there, and he said, if you youngins don't get off that mule, he's going to live 100 years just to get you. Well, one by one, the first one that went down was this little girl that I knew. She went sliding down the neck of that mule. And the whole time she was sliding down the neck of that mule, she thought, oh, he's going to bite me. He's going to bite me. He's going to bite me. And then here come her sister that pushed her down the neck of the mule. She slid down it like a slide. And she went down through there, and she fell on the first little girl, and then the brother fell down, and the other 2, they jumped off the mule. Well, they all went running. But something happened to that little girl that I knew. She'd have bad nights. For years and years she'd have bad nights. She would dream that mule was in the barn and at nighttime was chasing her, gonna get her. Because her grandfather had done told her, said, that mule's gonna live 100 years just to get you. And she was so frightened because she knew her grandfather, he was a really good guy, and he didn't make up stories like that. And he just took it to be honest. Well, the little girl kept having nightmares over the years until she was about 14 years old. And then one day, she heard the phone ring. And it was her mother answered the phone, and it woke her up. She was in the bed, and it woke her up, and she could hear the mother say, oh, when? I'm sorry. I'll tell her husband when she gets home and everything. Well, little girl, there she was, 14. She was about 4 when it happened. So for 10 years she done had nightmares. And she got up and she asked her mom and said, what's wrong? She says, well, your grandfather went outside to the bars and he found the mule dead. And that little girl jumped up and down and said, ding dong, the mule is dead, wicked mule, wicked old mule, ding dong, the wicked mule is dead. She didn't have a nightmare after that. But I'm going to tell you something. The way you get rid of your nightmares, put a little hay up beside your bed at night to feed the nightmares. All right. How'd y'all like that? It was scary?
Not really.
Not really. Well, see, what it is, I don't want to scare y'all so bad that your mom and daddy's going to bring you over to my house in the middle of the night because you won't go to sleep.
Anyways, a mule wouldn't eat a kid.
Huh?
A mule don't eat kids.
I know, a mule don't eat kids, but he'll sure try to get you. He'll try to get you. Huh? What? I
He's
still,
saying, where is your husband anyway?
my husband's right there. Huh? Let's see, I think I may have a duck.
He's right over there by the door.
No, I didn't want to tell y'all what I spoke.
Yeah.
Because your mama and daddy get mad at me.